big overhaul to this week's defense. Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the first match, second week, season 79. We're entering a new period of more video output. Yesterday, I had a video where we went through the meta results on the first week of season 79 Grand Arena. Made some changes to the defense as a consequence of that as we climb further through Kyber 2, hopefully reaching Kyber 1 by the end of the season, which I feel pretty good about. That's where I was around season 77. Season 78, I kind of took off from a seriousness standpoint. Right now, we're right in the middle of Kyber 2 at about 3,500 skill rating. Last week, we went 3-0. We're going to do a quick little review of how the defense performed. First opponent didn't play, but he did get held up against Ahsoka using SLKR here. Round 2, this guy did pretty well. He fully engaged, or maybe not fully engaged, but fairly engaged. Seer Junda up against Cadme fell. I was using this extra turn meter Cron. Hera falling to Kelleran. This is one I was most curious about because I was using the Lumicron, which has that Kit Fisto and Cam functionality. I opted with that. If you check out that video that we put out yesterday, one of the best results is the Lumicron with Rey, but not that much more than just a standard Rey team where I have decided to stick with this. I want to get more data on this team, see how it performs. I'm going to use a Cadme mirror, make some progress, but still loses, and then he stalls out. Final opponent, you can see this one, my opponent did very well. We got one hold. So I needed to play pretty carefully. So it resulted in me not being able to do any testing in the final round, where I did a lot of testing in round 1 and round 2. Now, with our opponent here, he attempts Bo-Katan up against Nihilus lead, uses Lord Vader to ultimately take down Nihilus, uses Melgus to take down this Lumicron. I've updated a lot of these Crons. We'll talk about more of it. Like, I have the Palpatine Cron now, so hopefully this team becomes significantly better. And then the rest of these teams he didn't have any issues with. Today's opponent is Darman Ordo. We got 15.07 million GP, so he's got more than me by quite a bit. Zetas, he's got more. Amis, I have more. Where does that put me in terms of the bracket? I am number 1 in the bracket. Darman is actually number 2. And GP, he's number 1. So this is probably the best account in the bracket. We'll continue going through. He's got full relics. I'm approaching 300. I didn't realize I was that close. That means next roster video, we will need to recognize that in some sort of formal way, hopefully. Relic tiers looking like 1710 to 2166. He is by far number 1, and I am the fewest. I'm last place. That is what we do here. Tier 5s, he's got fewer, but he has a bunch of tier 6s, so he's doing the right things in terms of Crons. Tier 7, he has a ton. He's got 15 more at tier 8. He's got 4 more at tier 9, and then he's got 8 tier 10s, which is number 1 in the bracket, and I'm still refusing to put them on. Refusing is not really the right way. I'm more prioritizing tier 8s and tier 9s because I've got a lot of catching up there to do, and signal data is hard to come by. But I am also preparing the foundation for pushing to tier 10 in the future by just collecting a lot of those resources. At this point, I could probably do 5 if I were to prioritize it. Maybe no, I think I could do 6. I could do 6. Definitely 6, maybe 7. Mods, we are basically tied with the number of 6-stop, but when it comes down to those averages, I'm beating him sizably. His mods are actually pretty poor. Wow, I have approaching 300 more 20 plus. We've got like 400 more 15 plus, and we've got 60 more 25 plus. Just massive amounts. That might account for some of the relic delta issues that we might be facing, hopefully. Datacrons, he is a He's a heavy participant. He's got 25, which is tied with me. We're actually tied for third place. There's one guy at 26, and then this 30 amount is number 1. I went a little bit easier on data Crons during Conquest last season because I had to make some adjustments to try and conserve crystals, because these era battle, this era of eras is just killing me on the crystals. I can't accumulate them anymore, and you have to get 4 stars minimum so you can get the special character, and it has been tough. All right, looking at modding, I'm beating him with my Pirate Hondo. He's beating my Ahsoka, Leia, Jabba's mine's faster. So we're kind of splitting these. I just like to get an idea of this as a sign of overall seriousness, and we're kind of seeing that with the rest here. He's got a slow Star Killer, slower Melgus, but he's got triple Amis. Afra at 295. Everything's directionally correct, but slow. And I'm beating him on most of these characters, except for Third Sister here. He's got an advantage. So we got Drogon, Baudelaire, Bane, Jar Jar, all tripled. Cadme, Luthen, Jocasta, all tripled. Completely ignoring Crosshair and Omega with, I mean, at least in terms of the modding, he doesn't have the Omegas. That Crosshair is like, is there any speed on those mods? I would guess he could just delete those mods. Zelbars is very slow. Okay, and then he's got a 300 speed Maul. We'll be looking for him in a minute. Everybody's fleets are done. All right, let's move on. We just need to zone in for about where he's at. I think my characters are, I've got a 55 Zeb and like a 45 R5D4. That's where I'm at. I'm further behind. All right, we got Afra, who was slower, and then there's Maul. So he doesn't even have 40 characters. That is surprising. So he's at like 34, maybe plus or minus 1. And I'm at 75. So I've got like 40 more characters, which means that that's a pretty massive modding advantage. And you can just see some of the characters here who are just way slower than you would want them to be. Basically, just pick your person and they're slow. Does have his Cass looking good right now. Maybe we'll see Cass. There's some things I'm hoping to test, so we'll see what happens. Last I checked, he had not gone. Still the case. All right, well, you can check out my defense video where I break down the meta results from week 1 to plan out my defense moving forward for the rest of the season. Kept the Lumi team, or the Lumicron team. We got Vane, that is one of the best teams right now, so we're leaving it. Nihilus got me a hold, so leaving Nihilus. Third Sister, it's fine, whatever. Satelshan, there's an argument to bring her to offense. She does have a Cron in the next set. She's going to become impossible after next Conquest. Then we got Cody, we got Palpatine now, and now I have the Palp Cron. I did not have that last week. That is an update. I added Radis to defense. We'll see what it does. It's not that good of a team, but it's kind of better than some other options, and it's annoying enough that maybe it'll pull a team from the back wall. Then we have Ahsoka and Rey. On the back wall, a number of things that have been changed. One, Cassian is now on defense. I did use him on offense last week. I wanted to get a feel for him. The best version would be with Luthen, but I wanted to keep Luthen to pair with my Saw Gerrera because another one of the top teams right now is with Chirrut. So I'm fine making my Cassian a little bit worse to improve the overall average of my defense. Cadme with a Galactic Republic Cron here is technically going to be better than last week because I didn't have this leveled up last week. And we have Mace Windu with the Deepacron, so that I didn't have last week, so this team is going to be better. And then I wanted to take this off of defense. I forgot to do it. I thought I did. Okay. This is something I want to test up against Cassian. If you guys have an opportunity to test this Cron up against a good Cassian, I would like to know the results. Because last week, I used my Cassian up against it, and now my Cassian, as you can see, is not that good. But the mechanics were interesting enough that I think it might be a Cassian counter. So if you guys can test it and let me know the results, I would be very interested. I was hoping to do it myself. I need to remember to take that off of defense so I can have the opportunity. And the camera did something weird. Fleet, nothing changed, but I'll show you what's set down. I need to get a new camera. That's a purchase that's coming up. All right, we got Balin, Hondo, Qui-Gon with this Anakin Cron. Does he have the right level 6? Wrong level 6, so I don't care about it. That's probably not going to be that good. Hondo, no Vane Cron. Does he have Galactic Republic? And he doesn't even have... So pretty weak Crons. Yeah, pretty weak Crons. We got Darth Revan. Cadme. Does this have a... He just has stuff. Lord Vader, Katarn. And not even the strong Merc Crown. Although it's not a Merc team, so maybe that doesn't matter. And then we got Stranger. I did set down a strategy that we are going to explore here. This is going to be Pirates, Maz Kanata. Am I interested in Hondo? This I'm doing because I saw it in my opponent's history. This beat it last week, so I'm fairly comfortable using this. Let's see. Offense stacking with dash. Sure. I did the I'm getting paused on the Katarn Cron situation because I didn't set Katarn on. Oh, yeah, that's right. I considered it, but I kind of feel like I need Cara Dune to make that kind of work. All right, and let's get started. Hopefully this goes pretty quick. The match today, not this specific battle. Some other things I'd like to do in my day. My evening, like watch Spider-Man Noir. Have not watched it yet, but I'm making it a priority, which I have not been doing with a lot of content lately. Been left pretty disappointed by a lot. I kind of want to smack Darth Revan. Are you? Don't. Why are you doing this to me? Is that one of the mechanics of the Cron, is a bunch of evasion? Oh, did he have blind? I wasn't noticing the blind mechanic. Yeah, we got blind right now. We will use this ability anyway because I get protection up. Okay, give him a... Oh, he's got blind again. That's really annoying. Alright, let's dispel the taunt. Drain more profit. Goodbye, Darth Revan. There we go. That works great. Alright, Cadme was my... Oh, I was going to do Bane. Am I still doing Bane? The concern I have is nobody attacked his back wall last week, so I have no idea what's back there. I'm going to hold off on that. I might want to consider maybe using something else there. But Bane's really my best choice. I guess maybe I can check his offense, see if he likes to use Ahsoka on offense. That's probably in my best interest. All right. Okay. So we take the hit. Let's stack some stats. Because we're doing GL versus GL, we can take out Apo, so we're doing it to get an advantage. And then we can take out CX2. But he's gonna stealth, so we'll see what we have to focus on first. We are doing a lot of damage to the protection on Lord Vader when he has it. Okay, there's CX2. And let's auto. Yeah, so Spider-Man Noir, I think I heard it's good. Nobody in the Discord had... I don't... Did I even ask about it? No, I didn't ask about it. I mean, it's the playoffs. I'm watching basketball. I was a little surprised that Spurs lost Game 5 over the weekend, but they just didn't have it. They must be tired. I thought they would win that game with J-Dub and AJ Mitchell out. Alright, Stranger... okay, I was going to do Lord Vader here. This should go fine. I should do preset. Where's the preset? I don't have one. It's irritating. Alright. Lord Vader and what? You fools. Now, dark side Cron of some sort. Probably turn meter. With some stats, that looks good. And we're going up against a Sith Cron? Okay. I don't think it's going to make enough of a difference, but it's something to be aware of. Moving over to the Stranger. Take the hit on Apo, which is good. That's where I want his attacks going. Alright. We get our hit in. Get our second attack onto Stranger. Yeah, let's dispel that, I guess. He's gonna stun my CX2. So I cannot get Order 66 where I want it yet. But we can put ability block on him. Alright, stuns off. Next turn we can get Order 66, which is coming up. Do I want to wait on this? Or do I want to just trigger? I'm going to trigger the dots. No. Okay, good. Alright, here we go. There's Order 66. Now we can be focused over here. Another big hit onto Stranger. He's got a bunch of dots, but not enough to take him out. Alright, Order 66 again. We're still looking good. There we go. Next turn, he should be down, if not sooner. Alright, we got him faster than that. We'll have CX2 now start throwing attacks onto Starkiller. Alright. Alright, we got our ultimate, we get ability block and a whole bunch of dots. Here's our second hit. One more will be Order 66, although we can throw Order 66 right now onto Maul, so we'll do that. At least make a little bit of progress on everybody while we wait for turn meter here. All right. Auto it up. Yeah, so we got Bane looking at Cadme, but we might have alternative routes through. And then what was the other team? Oh, Saw. Saw with Katarn. I really need to know what's on his back wall, because Stranger is what I have in my plan, but my plan is kind of depending on his back wall not being problematic. But maybe the reason nobody attacked his back wall last week is because he has a really problematic back wall. Maybe it's like Cassian, Satel, Ahsoka. Like maybe it's loaded up with everything and people just gave up. So what we need to do is look at his offense. This is the highest banners he had last week. And alright, we got Wampa Jabba, Leia Ahsoka. So he doesn't have Wampa, Leia, SOKR, Nihilus he was saving for offense. He's got Jabba for offense, JML. Yeah, Baudelaire. We're not seeing Ahsoka. This is why I wanted to check. I think Ahsoka's on defense. And possibly Satel and Cassian. And I don't have a plan for them right now. Well, man, no, because if I do see Bane up against Ahsoka, then I won't have C for Satel. I do have Stranger still. Should I be saving Stranger? I guess the other question is, how am I dealing with... Because I was going to do JMK. I still can't. Well, he doesn't have a good cron with Hondo. I don't need to use a good counter for Hondo. I could use a bad Hondo counter. What worked before Crons? Did Jabba work before Crons? Because if I take a look at this, season 75, it was SLKR, a Sirjunda Starkiller squad. Sirjunda squad. I could potentially just use Sirjunda, but if I'm using Sirjunda, that means I don't have Sirjunda for Rey, who I think is probably on the back wall too, so I'd prefer not to do that. Okay. And then what was going on season 70? Season 73. Looking at SLKRs. But I don't want to use SLKR because SLKR is going to be my Balin counter. Balin was there, right? Yeah, Balin was there. Man. We're not using JMK. I really would be gambling then on... What about... Oh, we have Balin. I didn't factor in Balin. Balin would handle Lord Vader, but he had Lord Vader for offense, right? Balin beats a number of things. We got to get through on the bottom. So I think what we need to do is I think I'm going to do JMK Cadme. Because this will allow me that, or no, this, did I still have this crown, right? Galactic Rip? No, I set that down on defense. Alright, let's do GK on light side. What do we got? Let's just do this. So if JMK gets me through Cadme, then we got. I would like to find a cheap way through Saw, which I'll need to think about for a minute. So we reset. I should have thrown that on. I wonder if I should have thrown that on GK. Okay. All right, there's our hit. We will get rid of that buff immunity. That's all fine. Basics, taking those hits. Coming out of stealth. He's got foresight. Let's throw it on Cadme, then we'll do another damage immunity. Basic. Ultimate. I'm gonna do Cadme. Alright, we're resetting. Normally I do Luke, or not Luke, Padawan. And normally I do Padawan, but for whatever reason, I just... Why am I attacking that thing when I still have the ultimate? Oh my god, it's not even that late for me to making these kinds of stupid decisions. What am I? I'm wasting my ultimate. Acting like the only thing I can do during the ultimate is taking out Cadme. Like it was over. Gee. I'm glad I figured it out eventually. That must have been aggravating for anyone watching. And hopefully the end of the dumb things I do this session. Alright, I need to take over because you guys are just making sure that I can control when it matters. We can be faster, but whoa, 150. I want a healing immunity. Hopefully speed this up a little bit. Let's auto. All right. And now Saw. Can I use Jabba? You know who's doing okay is Bo-Katan. So I think we're going to do Bo-Katan. Jabba had like a 70% win rate, so not what we want to be going with there. And did I have a plan for Bo-Katan? No plan for Bo-Katan yet, so that we're not losing anything. We're not compromising myself. And what was the 172 attempts? It's an 80... Oh, wait. Okay, 93% win rate with BAM. It's 86 with Paz, so let's definitely do that. And that's 733 attempts. That's looking good. Light side mercenary. I mean, it's not really going to do anything, but let's do it anyway. Now, who scares me? Alright, so you're attacking, give me a damage immunity. There's our damage immunity. Attack out of turn, cleanse. I'm gonna get rid of the offense up on Katarn. Okay, now we're feared. Fear is gone. Basic. Should I do a mass assist here? We got a daze though. I'm gonna go armor shred. Okay, whatever. I'll take that. Okay. Alright, taking a few hits. Cleanse. Alright, basic. Comes back. And that should be the end of Saw. Clean up. Alright, now let's see like a nightmare back wall. It's got to be a nightmare back wall. What do you got for me? Yep. Alright. We got Rey, Cass, Gung. This is way better than I thought. Okay. Way better. And I'm so glad I retained Stranger. Because then I can do Stranger, Rey. What works up against Cass? Okay. I just want to make sure we don't paint ourselves into a corner, but the cast versions with Cinta are easier. I might not have an ideal counter, but it looks like, well, I mean, we have plenty of counters. Well, actually, maybe we do. Let me think about this. So if let's say we do Sith Eternal Emperor, which is 100% winner. And we got Stranger up against Swallow. Whatever up against Gungans, whatever up against Finn, which leaves Third Sister, where we have a lot of choices. What did I do last round? I don't remember. whatever I did, we'll just use again and we'll beat it. We've got options. There's ways to beat Third Sister. Probably Melgus. I could use Melgus. Melgus works. Then that brings us to SOKR Balin, Sirjunda, or I don't even have to do Sirjunda. We could use a stronger counter. Like, that means we could... I mean, we'll probably still do Sirjunda. And then we're looking at Qui-Gon. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. So if we're doing, where are you? Sirjunda, Malicos Maul, with Dark Side Cron action with, all right, we get critical chance on attacks out of turn. There's going to be a lot of that. All right, let's do it. Let's see what happens. I just don't know the crit mechanics of the pirate squad. But we'll find out. Don't like that buff immunity. That's bad. It's actually quite a problem. Alright, we're gonna pound away at Vayne. Alright, Vayne's down. SM33's down and they can't come back. Probably should have saved that so nothing bad happens to Malicos. How long is this buff immunity going to stand around? Alright. We're back up to 5. He is really doing me a favor by not hitting Malicos. Alright, let's pound away. I mean, one of the big things that happened here was his terrible Crons, particularly not having the Vayne Cron, just created this golden opportunity where I did not have to worry about the problem that Pirate Hondo is this match. Because maybe this probably goes quite a bit different. I may have been put into a pretty strong compromised position. Had I had to use a proper counter, where maybe we had to just sacrifice that we weren't going to take out something and maybe got stuck, maybe opted not to get a full clear. Like, there's a lot of things that could have happened. Like this we're just going to Wampa. Start taking things off the board so that I can think clearly about the rest of this board. I really wish I had Luke for offensive so I could test that. I really wanted to know if that was going to be a thing. Alright, come on. Taking the hits, roaring. Now Balin's going to be SOKR. It's just going to give us you and you. Offense stacking? That might do a little bit. Sure. And if... Oh, I did... I should have done Hux. Not that it matters. I don't even know why I'm saying that as if it matters. Okay, we got a bunch of offense stacking. Okay. Now, with this, he doesn't have a good thing here. A good level 6. I'm gonna just do Imperial Remnants. I don't think Luke... Now, why do we keep calling Anakin Luke? I don't think the level 9... See, we get bonus turns. There's a little bit of recovery. Cooldown reset. Like, I don't think it's enough to stop the remnants. Oh, I've got Maul? I need to think about what I can do with Maul. That's not doing anything. Oh, I've got Jabba though. I can use that with... here we go. We'll take the turn meter. Alright. Alert. Dispel. Boom. Attacks over on Anakin. Yeah, this isn't doing anything to us. Bite. Bite. Crushed it. I love that squad. I picked up, where's that book? Let me find that book. I don't know where it is right now. The Death Troopers book. Because apparently that was one of their first appearances, was in this book. Alright, I'm probably going to JML that, but we'll give it a minute. Alright, back wall. Yeah, because I still haven't decided how I'm tackling Third Sister, and I don't... Oh, I probably did Bo-Katan last time, didn't I? Oh, what does this even do? Immune to fear instant. Okay, that's going to mess up Melgus, so we're not using Melgus. That's really the thing that we should be thinking about. Although, maybe it doesn't completely mess up Melgus. Oh, you know what? We don't have a plan for Bane yet. We're fine. Like, we do Bane, yeah, we're so golden. Alright, we're gonna do Sith Eternal Emperor plus a Sith Trooper plus I mean, we can do this now. We'll grab Dooku. Or, what if I don't do this? Because maybe I use the Dooku Cron with Bane. Which means I'd rather give that to Maul. You know what? We're just going to take some turn meter. We're not going to give him a Sith Cron, and then we're going Separatist. We got Watt. Yeah. Okay. So presumably this is going to be Tank Tuck here. And you have instant defeat immunity. I'll give you health. So we got deceived on 2 people. We got undermine now on Sith Eternal Emperor, which is basic. We get breach off of him. It doesn't really matter too much. We'll keep going basic. Take an AoE. Yeah, let's clear that foresight. Oh, we're forced to go that way anyway. Undermine's gone. Let's keep going basics. Yeah, let's just keep that undermine going. Okay. Ultimate next. Looks like we're going to be losing Watt. I just hope I didn't need the offense deck. Alright, let's clear the buffs. Because we can't instant defeat them. Alright, we're just gonna auto. Okay, let's auto basic, because you guys are doing dumb stuff. Come on. Finish her off. Alright, she's gone. And now, we'll link them up again. Oh, and now the instant defeat is gone. And let's blow them up! Boom! Awesome. Which gets me down to Stranger. Stranger will crush this. I'll just give you whatever. Because I don't want to give you the Sith Cron. Here, take some turn meter. Is there a better turn meter? I mean, this is a bit. Am I going to use Java? I don't think so. So we'll take it. Because I want all those extra stats from the level 9 Cron to throw on them. Because she could still take some banners and mess some stuff up. Alright, Dispel. Get to the damage immunity. I didn't do the fracture because he was about to be stunned and I knew we were going to get there anyway. Now we're working on Rey. Get her into the damage immunity. Almost there. Here we go. Let's change where we focus because she's going to enter damage immunity, or we just take her out. Oh my god, this is going great. This is going great. Let's throw a fracture here, even though I should have waited until the damage immunity came off. Should have done the other special. And we auto. Alright, well, I mean, this guy gave me a tough little puzzle, but a couple things in my favor. He's got terrible mods, and his Datacrons were no good. So even though this is technically, by most metrics, the best account, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I'm gonna get holds because my defense is new enough and unique enough that I think he's gonna have issues navigating it. And now we got Dooku. We are going Sith, Dooku. Oh wait, I don't even know how well this, if we're gonna get that much extra from it. Because we can't get riposte because I'm not gonna do the stealth. Because that would mess things up. We'll see what happens. Let's AoE. Or I mean, I guess they're both AoEs. Let's siphon. Okay, we got ability block in a nice little spot. Can we get some stuns, shocks, increase? Yeah, I should hit Grant. Okay, boom. I'm surprised that didn't do more. Like, at least dispel. But whatever. We got it. This is why we plan. We got a nice little route through here. Alright, Finn, you, and what was up top? Something semi-serious? Okay, Mace Windu. Is there anything more fun? Maybe we just go JMLs. Alright, Jedi Master Mace. You and you. We still have Cal Kestis Crons, right? Yes. Yeah, let's clear the foresights. We got annoying little captive over on Cal Kestis. We stun him up. Dispel. Do another one of those. Almost. Really thought that was going to take out the Temple Guardian. Okay, protection up. Finish him off. And we'll auto. Alright, so that clears all that. We have at least one more solo we can do. This is why we saved the other Sith Cron. Right down here. This one I'm quite comfortable using Maul. Darth Maul. Boom. Not quite. Does this beat Maul? Oh, this is the dumbest way to get a whole Ah! Such a dumb way to get held up on one of these. Just feeling so confident we were gonna one-shot his board to that. Alright, I mean, we could just do anything. It's an attacker, right? Right, this is a attacker. Support. Okay, fine. Alright. I like it. Let's do that. A little annoying. Little recovery, AoE. I did the special just because, oh, he's got damage immunity. This is getting really annoying. How come there is so much? Is that what's going on with the Cron? Excuse me. I don't remember this much damage immunity. Can I just solo you with Jabba? I don't want to risk it. Where? Oh, my brain was still on Jabba. Okay. Yeah, let's do one of these. What? Oh my god. Does this beat Balin? Is this just going to be a stupid day, end of what would have been the spectacular run for me, and now because I'm being lazy, I'm losing stuff? Is that what's going on now? So I've got a dumb healing immunity and a death mark. Oh my god. I deserve this for the arrogance I've displayed. Come on, let me finish this off. Okay. I mean, that got a little scary. Alright, what do we got with Fleet? Easy. Easy. We'll just manage it for a second. Because sometimes this makes some bad choices early on. It's like, or the RNG doesn't go right and I lose the Y-Wing with some nonsense. And it feels like we're having one of those days. Alright, we're going to focus in on the tank. Because we don't want him taunting and wasting attacks. Alright, good. Phantom. We'll do the attack over here. Give me some assists. That's annoying. Okay. Oh, we can auto from here. Alright, then we got Galactic Republic. We're going to handle that with Endurance. And then it was what, Scythe? We'll just handle that with Empire. Good. I need a preset for this. Do I have a preset for this? Am I that smart? No. No, I am not. I am not that smart. Alright. We got Marauder, Rex, and 5s. And you and you. I've got... Yeah, we're doing it. Because sometimes this doesn't go great. Yeah, we're going to throw the target lock over here because they're going to taunt in a second. And I want to hit multiple targets like that. Get that Valor up. Bring out Sarge. We want our clones on the board. Does this dispel? No, so let's basic. That's too bad. I think we're fine. Let's use this. I want Valor back. Alright. Let's basic. Awesome. I get defense up. Yeah, we're fine. That's fine. That's less than fine. Let's go back over. Okay, goodbye. And there's day. Please let me get the ultimate now. This is no good. Alright, does this? But I'm not going to get assists because they got days. I get a bonus turn. Let's just do it anyway. Yeah, we're going to go the AoE because Anakin's going down either way. We get the ability blocks. We will bring out Plo, get rid of the days, get turn meter. AoE, hit all those target locks. Alright, that's one Marauder. I think we could have left Anakin behind. AoE. Hit all the target locks. Shift back over to Marauder, who's being annoying. let's... Here we go. Alright, get the scythe. We can chimera this up. Just a standard chimera battle. And we'll get our full clear. That is one battle away from a nice one-shot full clear that I had to squander. But I think we're going to be fine regardless, because he is without some very valuable counters. Like, he's without Stranger, and Stranger is pretty useful right now. Should I be putting Balin on defense? Because I didn't need to use him today. And how much have I been using him? I think I should put Balin on defense. I mean, Balin's a good defensive team. He's a prob. Why don't I have Balin on why am I just realizing this now? Like, Balin mandates SLKR. I can't believe this is just occurring to me. This is the most aggravating realization. How did I go all last week without realizing this? We'll make that revision. We'll get my Luke onto offense and see what I think about it. Alright, 2036 is pretty solid. I think we're just going to record an ending and assume a win. We'll put it in the comments or something if I was wrong. I don't think he is clear. He might clear me, but I don't think he's playing it clean. And I think what really happens is he's going to get held up a couple times and he's going to quit. He seems like that kind of guy. He'll give it a shot. It won't work in a couple spots and he'll have to stop. Plus his datacrons are terrible. Without good datacrons, there's no way. Yeah, this is a win. This is a clear win. Plus my mods are better. Yeah, we're calling this a win. We're wrapping up. It's a nice start to the season. We'll see if we can even push it more. I might be able to go 6-0 to start this season. It means next week will be a nightmare, but this bracket is favorable enough for me. When this was potentially the toughest one. I mean, there's going to be somebody with better mods and stuff, so maybe it's going to get more difficult. But at least from a relic level point, this was the toughest opponent. I think we have a nice route to potential 6-0. So thank you for watching BX and to each other, everybody. We got a video in the corner for what I was talking about, reviewing the defensive meta and making some changes. Take a look at that, and we'll be back with the roster video. BX and to each other, everybody.